Karen, and welcome back to the Plant-Based Quick Cooking Show. Now, you know by now, I come to you every single week from the Center for Plant-Based Living right here in the middle of the country, St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, here's the dilemma. You're looking for a great mayo. You are on a plant-based diet, or maybe you're just trying to add more plants to your plate, maybe trying to get rid of the animal proteins. And you're really looking for that plant-based mayo without the oil. You can't find it, you can't source it. Let's make it. You'll love this recipe, I promise. Okay, get your blender. Does not need to be a high-speed blender, that's okay. We're going to use tofu. Now we're going to use silken tofu, and the one that I'm using today is an extra firm, light tofu. You can find this in the produce section of your grocery store, and also usually in the international aisles as well. It does not need to be refrigerated. Some grocery stores will do that, will refrigerate it, doesn't need to be. Okay, use your kitchen shears and open that sucker up. Pop the whole thing in your blender. Now, we've got a little bit more in there. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is add a little bit of lemon. And if you're using a blender, which you are today, you do not need to get out your citrus press, because this blender and any blender will pulverize the seeds of that lemon. The seeds of a lemon are really pretty soft. Okay, now we're gonna use just a little bit of mustard powder. I'm going to use 3/4 of a teaspoon today, and this is 1/2 teaspoon. And we'll use another half of that, giving us 3/4. This is 2 tablespoons, no, a tablespoon and a half of soaked cashews. You don't have to soak your cashews, but if you're not using a high-speed blender, I would suggest it. And also the cashews that you want to use should be raw, so not roasted and not salted. Just a pinch of salt. And we're going to use a liquid sweetener of your choice. Today I'm using coconut nectar. It's really pretty low on the GI scale, and the calories, 55 per tablespoon. We're not even going to use that much. Low sodium, and yep, I would say give this stuff a try. It should be at most grocery stores now. The brand is Coconut Secret. So it's a coconut-based sweetener, and it's really not extra sweet. It's just kind of like a soft sweetness, if you will. And then finally, okay, here's the secret ingredient. Black salt. It's black Indian salt. It looks pink in color, but when you get the rock, if you ever buy like a rock of this Indian salt, it is black. But as you grind it, it comes out pink. Now, you want to make sure you don't just get black salt, you want to get black Indian salt. And the name of it, the official name is, I'm probably going to just get this wrong, and I'm sorry, but it's 2 words, Kala Namak, and it's Kalanak. Yes. I get mine off of Amazon. You can probably get yours off of course, Amazon as well. I have a store on Amazon, and the link is below. But you can also get it at probably any international grocery store. Now, I'm using a fork because this stuff is very pungent. The reason we're using it is because it offers that kind of that sulfur smell and taste that eggs have. It's not overwhelming unless you use too much, but it is kind of that layer of flavor and essence in real mayo, if you will, that is there. So you can, when you're eating real mayo or mayo that has eggs in it, you can get that hint of the egginess in there, but it's not like, oh, I know I can smell or taste those eggs. This is what is going to make your plant-based, oil-free mayo really taste like the real deal. Now I'm just going to add a very small bit just using the tines of this fork. Just a little, just a teeny. Yeah, you really want to be super conservative with this because you can always add more. And if you've added too much, I've done that in the past and it's just ruined the recipe, but that's how we learn, right? Okay, let's get started here. That's it. And the great thing about this is the flavors develop over time. So pop this sucker in the refrigerator as soon as you can. And if you can stay away from it for at least an hour as it chills down, you are going to love this stuff. Now, if you are following Dr. Esselstyn's way of eating, maybe you're trying to fight heart disease, or maybe you just don't want the added fat from the nuts, from the cashews, that's totally fine. You can omit them. The only reason I like to use the cashews is because it does give it a little bit creamier texture, but really it's because it helps everything stand up. It doesn't become watery after a couple of days, well, about a day or so. This will last in the refrigerator in a sealed container for about 4 days. You may have to stir it a little bit, but that's okay. So I hope this becomes the new staple mayo in your house. I love it, and we always have some at our house too. All right, thanks for joining me as always, and take good care. I'll see you next week.